Everybody, thank you for joining us on our round robin on respecting roundabouts for this year's Driving Skills 101 PSA Challenge. So today we're gonna just really quickly go over what is a roundabout, because not everyone's driven it. Talk to you a little bit more about what are the best ways that you can get your PSA idea to win one of our top 10 prizes of $250. Or if you are the top winner, you will win a grand prize of $2,500, plus get your roundabout PSA idea produced professionally. So without further ado, let's ask the first question and we'll watch a little short video on what the heck a roundabout is. All right, let me just share my screen so y'all can see it. Okay, from a show of hands while I'm setting this up, who has driven a roundabout before? All right, so a good number of us. So if you've never driven a roundabout, it might be hard to make a PSA about it. But here is a short couple-minute video. Oh, let me share the sound too, because likely I might not be sharing sound. There we go.
We want to hear that dance music.
Yes, we do.
Exactly. All right, so enjoy this quick clip on what a roundabout is.
How to use a roundabout. A roundabout is a circular way intersection that improves traffic flow, minimizes traffic congestion, and increases safety. When approaching a roundabout, slow down and watch for signs. Pedestrians always have the right of way at pedestrian crossovers. Yield to them when entering and exiting a roundabout. When entering a roundabout, yield to all lanes of traffic on the inside. Maintain your speed and travel in a counterclockwise direction. Stay in your designated lane. In a single-lane roundabout, enter when the way is clear. And signal right when exiting. Some multi-lane roundabouts are different. Watch for lane usage signs and position appropriately before entering. When turning right, enter and exit from the right lane and maintain your right turn signal throughout the turn. When traveling straight, enter the left or right lane. Stay in your designated lane until you are ready to exit. Signal right when exiting. When turning left, enter from the left lane and maintain your left turn signal throughout the turn. Travel in the inner left lane and signal right when exiting. When performing a U-turn, enter from the left lane and maintain your left turn signal throughout the circle. Signal right when exiting. Remember, slow down and watch for signs. Choose your lane and signal. Yield to pedestrians at pedestrian crossovers. Yield to traffic in the roundabout. Enter when it's safe. Stay in your lane until your exit. And signal right when exiting.
All right, so that was a little short clip on roundabouts. If anyone caught the little hints there, the U.S. isn't necessarily super fond of roundabouts, so that video I don't think was actually produced in the U.S. So speaking about roundabouts, let's go ahead and see some example PSA videos that people have done in years past. So we can get a sense of what a PSA looks like, or PSA idea looks like, before Lauren takes us into the tips and tricks. So we're going to look into last year's PSA idea that ended up becoming the final product. So here was the 2019 submission from last year. Let me share my screen again.
Hello, my name is Phil Sham Steptoe, and today I'm going to be talking about merging lanes. So basically, I think an efficient way to, I guess, tell the masses about merging lanes safely would be to put it in the song form, and that's what I did, and this is how I did it. So basically, I'm going to just let y'all hear the lyrics. I'm going to say them loud and clear so that y'all know what I'm talking about. So, see, merging lanes is like a little game. The strain it puts on your brain is a little bit insane. but it's cool. You got it under control. You know, all you gotta do is follow that little code. Yeah, smog, baby. We call it smog. It's a call to be safe and not violate the law. So take your time. You got about 3 to 4 seconds. Just take your time. It ain't no need in stressing. Signal, mirror, over the shoulder go. If you do this, then you already know it's time for you to enter the flow. That's it. All you gotta do is follow the code. Being safe, being mindful of others. For real, I know it can be a bother, but I know you'd rather be alive than under. Don't put yourself in that kind of sunder. That's it. That's all I have to tell you. I hope this rap has really helped you. I ain't trying to make this rap too long, but when you're driving, remember this song. It'll help you when you're in a tight spot. Make sure that your car don't get rocked. It'll even save you from seeing some shot. It'll even stop you from seeing the cops. So that's my little nursery rhyme. I hope you enjoyed, and that was my take on merging lanes safely.
All right, so that was last year's. That was last year's submission, and they actually became our winner. And so you can see the produced video on nrsf.org. But a rap isn't the only way that you can win and be our grand prize winner or receive one of the 10 $250 prizes. So I'm going to pass it off to Lauren, who can share us some of the best tips and tricks for your PSA.
Awesome. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, I think that video is perfect because it shows us how easy it really is to put our ideas onto a quick little, like less than 2-minute video. Just give us an idea of what you're thinking about doing. You don't have to give us the full idea. Just give us an idea that we can run with, basically. So our tips and tricks for you are pretty simple. One, we need you to tell us who you are and where you're from. So give us your name, make sure you record yourself saying your name, where you're from, what high school you go to. That's a pretty easy tip. Try to make sure that you're in a quiet place, not the lunchroom. That's usually pretty helpful. We want to be able to hear you, not everything going on around you. Make sure that you're not getting too many distractions. So if you're going to use your phone to help you with ideas or whatever, turn off notifications for now. Make sure that you're not constantly looking at something else. Something I struggle with, and I need to take it back a little bit, but speak slowly and clearly and make sure that we can fully understand what you're talking about when you're explaining your idea. Make sure that you record with your video horizontal. That means not up and down, so sideways. We want to make sure we can see as much as we possibly can, get a really clear picture of what's going on, especially if it's something that you're going to act out if you want to, if that makes it easier. Or if it's something you're going to draw out. If you're going to draw it out, we want to be able to see the whole picture. I remember Dylan a couple of years ago had a student that actually drew out a whole bunch of comics, and it was part of the video for the winning submission. So we want to see all of those awesome graphics. And of course, a big tip is always to review your work before you submit it. Make sure you're reviewing it. You're sending in the correct answer, the correct video, not your bloopers reel. That would be cool to see too. If you want to send that to your state coordinators, that's pretty cool. But make sure you're sending in the right finished video. Some other tips and tricks. If you're going to do this with a group of students, you can all submit an entry separately. So you can submit your own ideas. Just make sure that each entry belongs to one person in the group. Don't submit it 5 times for each person, one person per entry. You want to make sure that you are a registered SAD chapter member. So you would have to talk to your advisor or talk to your state coordinator if you don't belong to a chapter right now, or your chapter is not operating this year because of COVID restrictions. Make sure that we have you in the SAD portal as a registered SAD member so you get credit and can officially apply. That's a really, really big tip. You're going to want to make sure you got that one checked off. And some things to think about, who's going to be your target audience here? So you're not targeting this at me, an adult, you're targeting this at your peers, each other. So think about what's on your level, what would be easier for a teen like you to understand? Is it going to be some webinar situation like this, or is it going to be a rap like last year? Probably the rap. do you want to get the rest of your community involved in this conversation too? So is this something you want the rest of the school to be part of? Is it something that you want your group of friends to be part of? Think about how you could like cast them in different roles almost, and you can talk about that in your video too. And how do you want to share this with folks and get this message across the most effective way? So really think that out and maybe record it a couple of times before you actually send in the finished version. Some things to think about too. This would be my tip and what I keep telling all of our New York students. Think about things that go in circles, or songs that might be related to circles, or videos that might be related to circles. I keep throwing out this idea, but you could use something along the lines of like a Mario Kart example, where you're like having some sort of car race and they get into a roundabout and explain that idea. Really what we want you to do is explain your idea as fully as humanly possible. So tell me what's going to happen first, and then what's going to happen next, and what's going to happen after that. And it might sound a little ridiculous that you have to spell it all out to us, but we're not inside your brain. We need to know what's going on in there. So explain it fully, and you've got the winning ticket. You've got the golden ticket there. That's it for me. Those are your tips and tricks. They're pretty simple. Make sure that you upload your videos to YouTube. If you can't do that, or you don't want to, you can submit those to your state coordinator also. We'll make sure we get them uploaded for you and submit the forms for you as well. Make it nice and easy for you. When you submit them, you can also list your video as unlisted so that it's not public to everybody on the interweb. It'll just be visible to the folks that have the link to the sharing video. Are there any questions? Yep, that's true. Okay, so the questions or slash comment in the chat was that your music must be original or free domain music. Absolutely. So we want to make sure that there's no licensing issues with any of the music that you're using in the background, or that you would plan to use in your PSA if it gets made into the final version. Any other questions? Fabulous. I think this is a really important contest or challenge. I think it's something that it doesn't require that much thought, but it does require that you take a couple of minutes and sit down and get your ideas straight and really plan it out. Another great question was, how long does the video have to be? Wonderful question. Less than 2 minutes. So we really don't want your video to be like forever long. You don't have to act out the whole PSA for us. All you have to do is give us your ideas just like this, just like we're having a conversation. Really simple, in less than 2 minutes. So make sure that you get it down to the point and really quick. May I use my phone? Absolutely. Just make sure you turn it sideways. Use your phone. Go right ahead.
Do any other state coordinators have any great ideas to share for our folks that might be listening in to this round robin? What are some other great tips or things that you've seen in the past for students to use?
Yeah, what if I don't have YouTube? So like we just said, if you want to send it to your state coordinator, you can send it right into them. They will upload it for you. You can ask a friend if they have YouTube, you can put it on there. You can ask if you go onto sad.org, you can look up your state if you don't know who your state coordinator is. And it will tell you who to contact on there. That person will be able to let you know where to send your videos, or I'll put myself out there. You can go ahead and send them to me. I'll put them up. How about that? So I'll put my information in the chat. If anyone wants to send their videos to me, they can do that.
Hi, everyone. I would just say that don't let a case of stage fright or nerves stop you from entering, because we all have had to do sing-alongs and lip syncs and all kinds of crazy things that we're not comfortable with during this virtual experience. So we totally get it. And there's zero judgment. We love all of the entries. It's really hard for NRSF to pick one to be the winner because we love them all. So don't let a case of nerves stop you from entering. Just be as nervous as you want to, but just get your idea to us.
Absolutely, Lynn, I totally agree. And actually this leads right into another good question. Do you have to memorize your pitch before you video it? No, you totally don't. If you want to read off of a piece of paper, or you have like your storyboard that you figured out and you want to video that too, along with what you're saying, Totally. Give us as much visual as humanly possible, as much of an idea as you possibly can. But yeah, make sure you keep your ideas straight. So if that requires paper or your phone or whatever, totally fine.
Well,
Awesome.
awesome.
Thank you, students.
Yeah, great. Aaron, if you would like to, any parting words you'd like to carry us out for our round robin?
Absolutely. I also wanted to just say, students, if you would like to enter this competition and you're just having a hard time coming up with an idea, or you just want to brainstorm your pitches, please reach out to your state coordinators. You've got a lot of people here who are here to support you and want you to have a chance at this opportunity, because as Kevin mentioned earlier, we have some amazing prizes. So first, I was going to reiterate, the top 10 submissions will get a scholarship of $250. And then our grand prize winner, once again, gets a $2,500 scholarship. And what I think is the best prize, your PSA will be professionally produced by an Emmy award-winning production company. And I definitely would like a shot at that opportunity. I remember like high school me making videos and would have loved to have gotten the chance to work with a quality production team and to get my work out there. So please feel free to reach out to us. We want to help you. And worst case scenario, you learn about roundabouts. So if you ever encounter one, you will know exactly what to do.
Awesome. I'll throw one more thing in there too, because we've learned this through our connections with NRSF in the past. If you're someone that's interested in directing films, or you want to get more interested in the back end of like the camera end of things, they are totally into making sure that you have that experience as well. So if it's something you want from the director's chair end of things, yeah, you can totally get involved in this project, and it can be something you can use on resumes in years to come. So it could be a really great experience from that perspective too.
And to touch on one more question that came in the chat, do you get the money or does your chapter get the money? So if you want to be gracious enough with your chapter, you can decide to contribute towards your chapter from your own winnings, which is always welcome, so that you can make sure that your chapter has funds to continue to do programs and you can give back. Are there any other questions from our students out there? All right. Well, thank you.
I have
everybody.
a question, actually.
Oh, great.
I'll throw one out there. If you think it's not a good idea, should I still put it out there even if I think somebody else did it?
Well, I think that all original ideas were based off of something else. So if you see an idea that you like and you kind of want to build upon it and make it a little better, then that's kind of the evolution of how ideas work. So feel free to use the inspiration, and you can find a lot of past people's products. Try to say that 5 times fast. You can find all of them on the nrsf.org website underneath the contests tab. So you can see all of the different ideas that people have done to win the grand prize.
I would also say with this contest, there are no bad ideas. We will gladly view them all. And what could potentially only take about 5 minutes to make and produce in terms of recording your video and putting it on YouTube, you could seriously win $2,500. So you do not have a lot to lose. Send your ideas our way. We will gladly take and accept all your great ideas.
And just know too that you can submit more than one entry. So if you have one great idea and then in the middle of the night you get another great idea, you can submit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 entries, whatever you want. Just throw them on in there.
Thanks for that great question, Felicity. Okay, if there are no other questions, thank you all for attending our respecting. Oh, one more question. Awesome.
So I heard you guys say that you want us to say our name and where we're from. Does that include our name, our chapter, and our state, or just like our school name?
That is a great question. I would say give us as much information as you possibly can so we can locate you and know where you are. And Kevin, while we're at it, can you tell us how we can get to the Driving Skills 101 information page and the application?
Sure. So to get to the Driving Skills 101 application, there's a couple ways. You can go to, actually, why don't I share my screen and show you instead of tell you. So what you can do is, 1 second, loving Zoom. All right, you can jump onto sad.org and go under the contests tab underneath. Here you go. Underneath the resources tab, there's the contest and scholarship where you can click on that. And you can click on our currently open Driving Skills 101 contest. And here's all of the information on how to enter, all the nitty gritty stuff, which you heard right here today. Just click here to apply and it'll take you to this Google form where you'll fill out all of this really beautiful information, take a couple minutes, and submit your Driving Skills 101 PSA. So
You can also just go straight to the website, sad.org/driving skills 101. And there you can find all the information that Kevin was just looking at.
Thank you.
Or if you forget all of that, every one of us is now posting something on all of our social media accounts. So you can find us that way through probably link in bio or whatever else we may be posting. So you're definitely going to find us.
Awesome. So if you have any other questions, you're always free to message your SAD State coordinator. Find us on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, or no, some on LinkedIn. Yeah, yep. And our SAD Facebook as well. So you can get in contact with us anywhere. Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Submit your entries.